Hello, welcome to Awake, Connect and Act, where we remember our spirituality. Today's topic is Remember Who You Are. Hello there, my name is Judith, and I am your spiritual psychologist. So, before we go into today's topic, um, I'd like to announce that tomorrow all roads lead to Meme County and Lebialem County. This twin county draft is taking place tomorrow um, at 8 p.m. Amber time. So come and support Meme County, come and support Lebialem County. We are in this together, no county left behind. One for all for one. Come, let's kick the occupier, La République, and its sponsors, the Grandmaster, France, out of our territory. Yes, La République has crumbled, France has crumbled, Europe has crumbled. Fellow Amazonians, it is time to rise up. Those of you who are still sitting on the fence or standing on the sideline, it is time to rise up. If you are not paying attention to what is happening globally, then you are really firmly asleep. So wake up and come join your county, join your LGA and draft and kick these people out. You deserve your own land, your own home. You deserve the respect and dignity. You deserve everything that nature has given you. So I'm calling on everyone to come and support Meme County, support Lebialem. Let's kick La République out. Let's lock down our territory against their sham election or selection as they call it, because they already got a winner and they want to come and deceive you. How long are you going to stay in that deception, in that illusion? Wake up and fight and kick these people out. So thank you so much. Um, 1 second, let me share this to the platform. Most time. Oh, sorry about that. It does not come on. Yes. So today is about what? Remember who you are. I have always said that the more people are waking up globally to the truth of what has happened or befallen humanity, that is how these slave masters, these racist and wicked people of the world who are determined to control the world and dominate other people, that is how they are going to crumble. The empire is going to crumble. If we have people who will wake up and stand up and speak the truth, it is only the truth that will set us free, set Amazonia free, set Africa free, set the world free from the clutches of these people, these wicked rulers or demons who claim that they own the world. You are seeing what is going on around the world. So the more people wake up to speak the truth, wherever you are, use your voice, use your keyboard, use every tool that you got in your hand to speak the truth out there. So that way people will receive awareness, enlightenment, and then come out of this wickedness, this darkness, this dark hole that they have kept the world. So there is no magic, people. It is just for you to know yourself. Remember who you are. When you remember who you are, then you are not afraid to speak the truth. Like I keep saying, there is no God coming from the sky. There is no God. You are God having a human experience. It means you have that dualistic nature in you. And all it takes is for you to align with the God within. The God within has its principles of truth, conscience, righteousness, and justice. I've always shown us, if this is your first time watching us, these are the principles of that God within you that runs your body. That when you go to sleep at night, you're able to wake up in the morning because some eternal engine or compass is working hard to make sure that you stay alive. And all it wants you is for you to speak the truth. Speak the truth. So here are the four characteristics of the God nature in you: truth, conscience, righteousness, and justice. Okay? Remember that. So every time you stand up for truth, you speak the truth, you are God in action because you have to embody this concept. Spirituality is about the God within you. Spirituality is not about an external God. It's about these characteristics in you that you need to bring them out. You need to show the world that you are a person who is morally upright. That's all the world is looking for. Okay? So remember who you are. Someone has said this quote. It says, "Man is God asleep, and God is man awake." Do you hear that? Man is God asleep, and God is man awake. That's what we are saying here. All the teachings on this platform is about creating that awareness that you are not just an ordinary human being. You are an extraordinary being, a God who took the form of this flesh and now lives on this earth to control and direct your affairs. How do you want these affairs? Do you want chaos or do you want clarity? So it is up to you to choose. As the world is shifting, the powers that be, they are shifting, moving from those immorally corrupt people to the morally upright people. That is how you need to come to align yourself. Align yourself. There are signs everywhere, like in the Amazonia revolution. This is a revolution of the mind. How do you rise above those doctrines, those beliefs, those your bad behaviors, those are corrupt mindset? How do you rise above them to become this better version of you? That is what this Amazonia is all about. And until all of us, and most of us come to say, this is who I am, this is my country, I need to fight for it. I need to free my people. Because spirituality does not have those barriers. They don't have those limitations. They don't have the discrimination, that wall of discrimination where you put people in different categories. Spirituality is not like that. You see, the next person is a reflection of you. So if that person is going through suffering and torture and all of that, how do you alleviate that? When you are going your living world of, and these are your people, how do you make that up? Because the sufferings at the home front, they are a reflection of all of us in the diaspora. We came from there. So there is nothing to hide or brag about, and you say, "Oh, I have come to Europe or America, I'm better off than them." No, you have relatives over there. You have relatives. Do you bring all of them in Europe or America? You're still sending money every day. Every time they call, this one is injured, this one is sick, this one needs to go to school, all of that. So it is a reflection of you. So, how do you create a balance to solve this problem? That they too will become independent, they will be, self sufficient, take care of their problems, you know. Like we see in Europe and America, people can go out and get jobs and work and take care of their bills and, their problems without bothering anybody. And you think that when you are in Europe, America, you keep sending those money when they call, it makes you look like you are. No, that is suffering. You are suffering. I am suffering. That's why nobody can tell me to stop fighting in this struggle. Nobody. Because I am suffering. I have family members that I'm taking care of them. So what is your American dream or your European dream that you came? Huh? When your people are not free, when your people are not liberated. So this Saturday, September the 13th, 2025, is a draft for Meme County and Lebialem. Come and draft and free yourself and your people from this slavery mindset. Come and free them. That we've been treated as very, they look at us like a people who have no understanding of themselves, who don't know who they are, and you are working, acting as a slave under another human being in your own country. That's an abomination. It's an abomination. So we need to rise up, people. Here in America, it's getting crazy. It doesn't matter whether you have been a citizen for how many years, they can just come and pick you up. Huh? They can just come and pick you up. They don't care. So you see how darkness continues to fight to stay relevant. Right? The powers that have controlled the world for hundreds of years, they are fighting so hard to hold on to that narrative, that paradigm. But it takes people who know themselves, who are honest, who can speak with clarity, who are ready to say, you know what, I am going to stand firm to the end. That's why a leader like Dr. Samuel Komesako, you will not find that many kind in Africa today. You go just to have name a few, the Sahel, the three Sahel nations, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Who else? Huh? This man has given all his all in this revolution to free his people. So what have you done? What have you done? And what are you doing to support this vision, to support this goal so we can finish it and have our own country where nobody will come and ask you, oh, where is your ID? Where is your this? So that's where we look into what has happened to us. That we have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten all these great, potentials that are within us, and we are more focused on the materialistic self. And so people come to control us and things, and we don't know. We cannot speak the truth because you are afraid that, oh, maybe you have connection with this person who has made you to come to power in the government. So when you speak, oh, you are going to be fired from your job and all of that, all those things. And people just stay mute. We are not going to stay mute. This is the never again generation. Okay? So, man is God asleep and God is man awake. It means God is present within every person, but remains dormant or asleep in our human consciousness. Yes, because of that dualistic nature that we have, both human and divine, we have descended to this human realm when we were born here. So many things that are controlling us. The humans, they have their own programs, they have their own systems that they continue to, you know, to feed you with this information to suppress your divine nature. So as a child, you grew up, and as you get older, this system continue to eat you up. They became part of you that you cannot separate them. And religion is one of them, politics, our traditions and all of that. And even though we know that these things that are hurting us, we still want to remain committed to those things because we have been taught that way, to believe that these things, they are the ones that bring you salvation and all of that. So the human conscience or consciousness is when you get lost in material side of yourself. That's the human consciousness. Everything that we see out here controls your human consciousness. And the one within, how you carry yourself. If you cannot see yourself like a person who have some integrity or dignity, then others will see you. So your inner self will reflect outward. How you carry yourself around, that's how people are going to treat you. And we have seen this, that Africa, the way we carried ourselves because of these programs and doctrines and a belief system that have limited us to rise above or to think outside the box. And so we cannot see anything good or for ourselves. We're always looking for validation from somebody else or the God from the sky. And since no one is coming, we hold on to the human idols that we think as a nation, like the colonizers who colonized Africa. And you see some African countries, even as this awakening is going on, there are some who are still bent to get, to continue to stick with the French government or the British government or the American government and all of that. So you see, their minds have not really been, revolutionized, because you need to transform the way you think before you can get out of all of this physical entanglement. Huh? So you are lost from yourself. Man is God asleep. It means you are lost from yourself and trapped in the survivor loop. I have shown us these two loops here. I'm going to bring it out again. Hmm? So these are two loops, right? Look at it. The human loop, which is your lower self, and your materialistic self, everything that you see out there, how you think, all about your materialistic or materiality, that is your lower self. And then your higher self is your divine self, the inner loop. So what has happened because of the doctrine, the belief system, the programs, programming and all of that, it has caused you to disconnect from your divine self or your higher self. So there is that disconnection there. But it is not like a visible line. This is just a metaphorical a description that even though you are God having a human experience, you are just misaligned with your divine nature. It means everything you want to do is all about your own human way of thinking. You don't allow the divine self to to take um to take control, right? So it says you become a tool to be controlled by people and things. If you don't remember who you are, people will control you with their doctrines, with their own beliefs, and all of that. Their culture, they will bring and dump on you because you don't know who you are. And that's what we see in Africa and most part of the world today. And that is what, when the Amazonian people came to the realization that, you know what, we cannot continue to live as slaves under another black slave. Huh? Under another black slave called La République, or the Republic of Cameroon, which is still under slavery by France. So how do we continue to live like this? They're taking all our resources. They are bringing all their educational system. They're bringing all their judicial system. All of that. We are just left like dry. Nothing to write home about. And in 2016, we said no. 2017, we declared that we are an independent nation. We restored our independence. And now we are riding on to get our recognition. And nobody is going to stop us. Nobody is going to stop us, because the more La Republic, the more you hold on to Amazonia, the more you are going down that it will take you 30 years to recover your nation if you don't want to let go. Because if there's no Amazonia, there will be no La Republic. Yeah, that's the truth of the matter. So if you see a people who are so resilient because of their leader, Dr. Samuel Komisako, his resilience in these 8 years or 7 years that he has held on to this and led this struggle, then who are you? Who are you? Esoterically, you have fallen asleep. So those Amazonians who are still asleep, it's time to wake up. La République, who is still asleep, wake up and fight for your country. And the other African countries that are still asleep, wake up and fight for your countries. Because these Western colonizers, they depend on your suffering. They want you to see suffer like you have never seen before. They want you to cry every day and beg them. That is what a narcissistic person does. It doesn't care about your suffering. So stop holding on to Amazonia. You have your own resources in your country, La Republique. Go and develop your country and leave Amazonia alone, because we're going to drag you down until you will not see the light of day. You will not see the light of day. Yeah. So this is the spiritual descent we are talking about. You have fallen spiritually. When they say man is God asleep, it means you have discerned to that human aspect of you and forgotten your divine nature. You have forgotten that you are an embodiment of truth. You are an embodiment of conscience. You are an embodiment of righteousness. You are an embodiment of justice. You have forgotten that. And so what happens? What happens? You start to do things that are just morally corrupt. There's some of you, you are not even ashamed. You have lost all the humaneness in you, and now you have become a beast. You can see what Israel is doing around the world. Because of their arrogance, they don't want to come to their senses, and you're just treating every human being like, oh, it is you that has to rule the world. No, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. 1 second, maybe the video has come on. Okay. Yes.
Welcome to the Horizon, the voice of the
Oh, wow. Where is the video?
Gonna come race.
I don't know where. Sorry about that. People are texting me to share the video. Yes. So things are happening why these evil people they get away with all their evilness is because many people have locked their mouth. You seal your mouth and stay quiet, and you say, oh, that one a thing, oh, that their thing. They say injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So if you as an ambassador, you cannot fight for your country, and then when you see other countries that are going through suffering, you are posting all over on Facebook, but your own country, you cannot talk about it. Shame on you. You cannot talk about your own country. And you think that that has made you to rise to a certain level. That is your reflection you are seeing on the ground. Your people suffering, your people being killed, your daughters being raped, your sons being raped, all of the evil things that they are going through. Today, internet, this week, internet was cut off in Amazonia. How can human beings be going through all of this torture? What is it that they have committed? What is their crime? What is their crime? That every day any La Republic administrator can just wake up and go, oh, you're shutting the stores, huh? Shutting people's business stores. Oh, you have to come and pay 50,000 francs and before they can open your store. How low have you gone? You La Republic, a piece of trash. How low have you gone? That you keep treating your own humans, and then when you see the white people treating the black people, you want to say what? What do you want to say? Because you have forgotten who you are. We are actively executing the agenda of your slave master, and you're doing it so boldly with pride in you. But you are just a piece of scum that they need to clear off the air. Because people like you, they need to throw you in a Burkina Faso. Let that young man deal with you people. The Amazonians will deal with you, because we are not going to tolerate all this nonsense. We will not stay back and allow a black on black slavery. It's not going to happen. This is the never again generation. It's not going to happen. So those of you in Meme County, those administrators, La Republique, be ready to pack your things and leave. Meme County is not going to be a walk in the park anymore. So we continue with the topic. The sleeping God. The sleeping gods of Africa, the sleeping gods of Amazonia rose up in 2016. And up to today, that God is still in the battleground to set her people free. To set her people free and bring in law and order. To bring in equality, to bring in justice, to bring fairness, to bring respect and dignity. That God is still fighting. In the name of Dr. Samuel Ikomesako and all the Amazonians who stand with him in this fight. I'm not talking of your God in the sky, because for 60 years plus, I didn't see that God. I used to pray to that God. All the suffering, I didn't see him show up. Huh? I didn't see him show up until people who matters, who know the truth, who know the suffering of the people, who feel every pain, every stroke, every bullet, who, yes, they stood up. Those are the gods that I can see. Not that one that is having safari in the sky. No. So, it shows the dualistic nature of humanity. This is what spirituality is all about. Because spirituality does not need any, you know, any strings attached. Spirituality needs to be as free as the air that you breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out. Easy. That's how spirituality needs to be. So when you realize that, oh, you are this sleeping God, there is so much potential in you. There is so much that you can do to change the course of humanity. There's so much that you can do just by speaking the truth. Just the truth. This thing was not like this. This is how it was. Just speak the truth. Whether you are a minister of Ambazonia in La Republique, whether you have been assigned to go to United Nations as a La Republique agent, can you just speak the truth? Speak the truth and save your generation unborn from this wickedness. From this wickedness. We are not going to allow that. This generation, we're not going to sit back and watch that wickedness, that profanity in our land. So you descend to humanity. Your descent to humanity was to bring clarity, law, and order in the affairs of humanity. You see that? So you did not just come here to get caught up with all this materialism. No, that was not your purpose of coming here. Materialism, everything is given to you. That is the abundance. Abundance within and abundance without. So to live a balanced life, to live a balanced life, how to integrate your humanity into your spirituality, then you need to wake up. There are principles of that divine nature: truth, conscience, righteousness, and justice. If you cannot speak the truth and you call yourself whether a man or woman of God or a leader or whoever, then you are not that person. You are not that person. You are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. Okay? So when you remember who you are, when you come to your senses, when you come to yourself, because you have to come to yourself. As I keep saying, God is within. So that divine nature is in you. You need to come within. You are not going to lock yourself in the room and be praying to an unknown God. You're not going to do that. You are coming to yourself. Coming to yourself, recognizing that you can do all things through that power in you. Can you speak the truth? Do you have a conscience? Can you do the right thing? Can you treat everybody? Give them their own fair share in society. Create all those institutions, systems that will serve the people. So everybody can be independent and take care of their affairs instead of begging and crying and praying and nagging in the church. Oh God, come and help me, come and heal me. There are no hospitals, no road network, no jobs, nothing. The schools are there, no internet, no water, no electricity, nothing. And then you're calling on God to come and do what? When all along everything is in your capacity to do what these people need. And you say no, you choose a few of your colleagues. You have a circle of friends that you come and you think that, oh, we can take this money and share amongst us and get all the best cars and build the nice houses and all of that. But they look at your roads, it's nothing to write home about. They look at your hospitals. When you fall sick, you fly to Europe or America. Your own countries are barren of all of these institutions. And you think that a mysterious God will come from the sky and come solve your problem. For 60 years, you have not seen anything. You look at the dilapidated buildings and the deplorable roads that are going on in Ambazonia and even the La Republique themselves. And you look at it, you say, what kind of a disgusting situation is this? That human beings will be living. And we are here to change that. We are here to change that narrative. We are here to change all of those wicked acts. We cannot come and be living in America and Europe, living in air conditioned homes, driving conditioned cars and good roads and all of that. And then when we go back, some of you go back to visit, and you're not even ashamed when you see all those deplorable things, and you come there and you say, "This one a thing." Shame on you. So, when you find yourself, you are lost in your thoughts, and you find that thought, then you will process it. You will do the right thing. You will stand up for justice. You will stand up for truth. You will stand up for righteousness. You will make use of your conscience to set people free from this bondage. And how do you do that? You will quickly align your mind, your thoughts and actions with that divine nature. It's all about alignment. You see, spirituality is all about alignment. You don't need to go pray fast. You don't need to go sow seed or tithe. You don't need to wake up every how many hours and pray 5 times a day, or you go whole beat and begin to recite Hail Mary full of grace, or you are a monk or a Buddhist and begin to incantate all of those things. No, you don't need that. Just align your thoughts, align your actions in truth, in conscience, in righteousness, and in justice to produce the right result, to produce the good that you desire, that the people desire. Like what we see in the revolution of Ambazonia today. Why few are still standing? Because the few in the diaspora, because on the home front, they are just the majority. Huh? Just the majority that can't wait for to kick out the La Republique, and that's why they obey all those lockdowns and all of that. Even though the one that they are on now was imposed by La Republique, that they wanted to paint us black. But you see, you cannot paint us black because we are grounded in truth. Our people should stay home for your safety. This government, led by Dr. Samuel Komesako, they will put out a communique to lock down our territory against that sham election that is coming up in October 12th in our territory. It's not going to happen. It will not happen. Enough with your lies and deception. Go take care of your country and your citizens. Leave Ambazonia alone. Okay? So when you align your thoughts, your actions with these principles of truth, my brother, my sister, problems will be solved. That is just the medicine. Problems will be solved. Because truth is the fundamental principle of morality. Huh? So when you align your thoughts, your desires, your aspirations, whatever you are doing, that's why we say the Ambazonia struggle is God ordained, because it is grounded or founded in truth. And that's why nobody can paint you black when you are committed to this struggle and you are following the leadership of Dr. Samuel Komesako. Nobody can do you anything because you stand in truth. So, let's look at where truth, what has caused the world today, where people have forgotten who they are, and we are in this mess, even though the universe is, realigning itself, readjusting itself and all of that to get back to its normal flow. In the global news, the UN Assembly is sitting this week. I don't know for how long they're gonna go on, but this week they started on Monday to deliberate on global issues. The question here is, are you going to let truth has its way? All those UN security members or assembly that are sitting to deliberate on the issues of the world, are you going to let truth have its way? Are you willing to prove to the citizens of the world that you are a credible organization that speaks with clarity, unbiased, and uncompromised? Can the citizens of the world trust you to speak truth to power? Because if the UN assembly that's taking place in New York, where leaders all over the world, they have sent their representatives and all of them, some present, to give their report, are you going to speak the truth so that the problems, the conflict, the crisis, the wars, the genocide, the thievery, all of that, that it will finally have solutions so the world can move to the next phase? Are you going to do that? We are going to see. We are watching. Yeah. When you get out of this mindset of control and dominance by the global West, you get out of the mindset of living to survive in the small material sense of oneself, so that you forget there's a power within you that cries out for greatness. Can you get out of this mindset? Africa, South America, Europe, America itself. We see the American citizens, some of them are crying today. Oh, because some of them are waking up to see that even their own government is under siege. Huh? There is a greatness in you. That is that divine nature we're talking about. The divine being. And until you align with it, that's how our problems are going to be solved, one by one. When those leaders of the world, they gather in New York and their representatives to deliberate on the affairs of the world, can you speak truth to power? In Ambazonian news, the Republic of Cameroon, as I said earlier, has cut off internet in Ambazonia. People cannot download audios or videos. Why is that? Because the La Republique citizens and their leaders, they are void of what? Creative ideas, innovative ideas. Yeah? You have forgotten who you are. So everything is imported. Your internet, your telecommunication, your all of that, everything is imported. You have all of those multinationals occupying your country, so they help to sponsor the war to continue to subjugate Amazonia so they can have their way in stealing our resources, bringing their profane culture to Amazonia and other African countries. We are not going to let that happen. You are playing small in the eyes of your colonial masters, you La Republic citizens. Ambazonia, they have waken up. La Republic and her citizens should leave Ambazonia and continue your spineless behavior to your masters. If you want to keep crawling like a dog to serve your masters, you can do that. The people of Ambazonia, they say no. No to slavery. No to colonialism. No to neocolonialism. No to democracy and all of that craziness in Ambazonia. We say no to that. So I ask you this question, those of you Ambazonians who are still standing, those of you La Republique and Africans, for how long are you going to continue to be dormant and sell yourselves short? For how long? Humanity is a sleeping manifestation of divine potential, and through spiritual awakening, we can realize our true nature. So that's why that statement reads, man is God asleep, and God is man awake. So your spirituality or your humanity depends on what state of consciousness that you are awakened to. If you are awakened to the human consciousness, then that God is asleep. But when you are awakened to your spiritual consciousness, then God is awake and he has absolute control and rulership over your human self, your human desires, your human affairs. That is what happens. So once you discover your own greatness by tapping into this dormant divine power, then you remember who you are. You are awakened and you ascend. You ascend to your divinity. And how do you do that? It says self-knowledge. You must come to yourself. You must come to know yourself from a divine perspective and embody it. You must reconcile your human self with your divine self. You must enter into divine self-consciousness of truth, conscience, righteousness, and justice. Then the universe awaits your return to divinity so as to set things in order, bring clarity in crisis, and create your own reality. Do you hear that? You create your own reality. So, our greatest responsibility is not to hand our children and the future generation this limiting mindset. That's why the people of Ambazonia had to wake up, and they are still standing until freedom comes, until independence, until we attain our sovereignty. We're not going to back down because we're not going to hand these limiting beliefs system to our future generation or our children now. We're not going to hand that to them. So time to empower them with the truth in every aspect of their lives. Teach them to be strong, resilient, and wise rather than giving them doctrines of blind faith. Huh? Burkina Faso is doing that, taking the youth to go to those what do they call it? Is it boot camp or what? And training them about patriotism, training them about empowerment, to know themselves, to speak the truth, to defend your country and defend your people with dignity. That nobody will just walk into your land and think to give you a command you to do things that yourself, you look at yourself, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. So we're not going to do that, and that's why we are fighting now to build up the minds of our people, our children, the generation unborn, to have a nation of critical thinkers, not a yes sir, yes ma, my papa in the Lord, my mama in the Lord. No, we're not going to have that kind of children. These are the generations that will start to ask questions and to think outside the box. So, remember who you are. You are divine beings. The world is waiting for you. The universe is waiting for you. Ambazonia is waiting for you to stand firm and stand in truth to bring justice and freedom to your people. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Bye.